On today's episode of Watch Chair Go, our parts are in, and it's time to put the RX-8 back together. What is going on, guys? I am Watch Chair Go, and today, like I said, we're here with my 2005 Mazda RX-8 that we tore apart yesterday. Now, today we get to put the OReillys back together, but first I needed a solenoid, that VDI solenoid that was throwing a check engine light yesterday. Well, we've got one ordered. It was at OReillys. I'll throw a part number in the description below if you guys are looking for this. And it turns out they're actually really easy to find. The solenoid is also the same as, I think, EGR on the BMW E46. So it's probably easy to find at a junkyard. You can also get it at OReillys. You can find it on other RX-8s. It's a pretty common solenoid, so you should be able to solve your problem easily if you're running into anything that's, you know, remotely the same. Air issues, VDI issues, SSV issues, all the same solenoid and on multiple cars as well. So let's head over to OReillys right now, pick up the part, and start putting this thing back together. We're also headed to drop off my old iPhone. The 13's going back, and you know, obviously the 14's here. Got that purple Pro. All right, we are here at OReillys to grab our solenoid, and hopefully that's the end of our idle troubles today. Let's do it. There we go, 911-707. Let's get back to the house and plug this thing in. I sure hope it works. Also, Mr. BMW himself is on the way. I should have just stole the part off his E46 and we would have been good to go. Look at that F-150. That thing's been repainted two-tone blue with pearl white. That white is completely color changing. It's too bad the rear bumper's been hit, but wow. I gotta say, look at that color. That truck was unbelievably clean. Zero rust on it, beautiful paint, mind blown. Would you look at that? So it's really cool how these solenoids go together. We're gonna put the brand new one on the bottom. If I remember right, that one is VDI, and I'm glad a lot of you yesterday caught my which VDI are we talking about as an IT guy joke. And this thing should just push right on in. And then the next one has like a vacuum manifold here. There's that one. This one's being a pain. And then we'll put the bad one in as well, because I still want a place for the connector to land. So this one is a failed one, and this will go to the, well, it is the air solenoid, but we're not gonna hook it up to anything. So it'll just be stuck forever. Mr. BMW.
Bag acquired.
Guess what I got here?
Apex seals.
E46 EGR solenoids.
Interesting. BMW does make the best stuff.
He brought jokes.
If this was an E46, it'd be running.
It does run. It does. It just doesn't idle. Don't worry.
What you have is rodents.
Yes, you did find the original problem. All right, now if we can just get this last one in there. Wow, that thing is stuck.
Have you considered push harder?
I did. I pushed very hard, and now we have it. We have succeeded. All we got to do now is bolt this thing back together and plug in all the connectors. OReillys having the parts. That's what's up. I thought about robbing your E46. I didn't know where I was going to get these parts. Now we've got the solenoids back in. It's time to put the RX-8 back together. To the time lapse. Assuming we did everything right, the RX-8 is completely back together, everything but the AC compressor still, and it's time to do a first start and see if it idles. Now I'm very excited about this. I'm hoping that we've got it straightened out. Obviously we got the VDI fixed, and we will need to clear the codes. Yeah, we should have done a battery pull. But all the vacuum leaks should be fixed, VDI should be fixed, and everything else that was tore up in this engine bay should be fixed. Let's get to it. as much as it was. I mean, according to the tach, it's holding perfectly.
Boy, we need to fix that cat rattle. It's so bad.
But it's idling. I think we got the idle sorted out. I'm gonna clear the check engine light and we'll keep working on it. We did the troubleshooting. We went and looked for that rattle that was coming out of this thing when it was running. I jacked up the rear end of the car and it's inside the exhaust canisters. What's your take on that?
Cheap exhaust.
It's stainless. It has a full aftermarket exhaust, front to back. As soon as it comes out of the header, it's got dual high flow cats in it. All stainless, the welds look nice, and the canisters are the cheapest looking thing I've ever seen. I mean, they broke inside, so unfortunately we can't make the exhaust stop rattling, but the car runs right, so we're gonna go drive it. Man, we should have cleaned the inside of the glass.
It is pretty bad.
It is foggy in here, downright foggy. As long as you keep it off idle, we don't have to hear that crazy exhaust rattle. But then we have to hear it. All right, here we go. Let's see if it's got more power with VDI. Same power. But it runs great. I think something happened with the battery again. Once we took off, all the lights came back on.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all
off.
gone. It's all fixed again.
Wow.
You hear that?
Yeah.
It's almost like a misfire pop, but there's no misfire check engine light, that's for sure. But it idles.
Yeah, it's idling real smooth now.
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know, man.
It's probably one of those things you would never notice if it had a stock exhaust.
Oh, yeah, that's true. This exhaust makes everything 50 times worse.
Yeah.
So loud. That's only third gear and we're at the speed limit. And I'm like half throttle, I gotta say. It's really, every time I drive it, it's not that bad.
No.
All right, full throttle. Yeah. It's, oh. All the lights came back on again.
Oh, good.
There's definitely some issue with the battery, I think.
This certainly is a car.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's super fun to drive, like...
Yeah, I mean, it drives like a Miata coupe.
Yes. Oh, no power steering.
Cool.
The lights shut right back off, the power steering's back, and it's smooth again. I don't get it.
Huh.
One person said that it's probably the alternator. I doubt that.
It could be a flaky regulator.
It really could be an alternator, though, after seeing this.
Yeah.
Not to mention, when I went wide open throttle, it also killed all the electronics, which is usually a high power draw scenario. So there could be some truth to this having a bad alternator.
I wonder if it's the coils.
Those aftermarket coils?
Drawing way too much current.
It could be that too.
Just check your watch every time you accelerate, waiting for red line to come around. Gosh, those downshifts sound good.
It does sound good, right? We get to enjoy the handling again today. It turns in so nice. You have to drive this thing. And it's so smooth. Just a few RPM, chassis feels incredible. I'm trying to keep it quiet, but it's really hard.
Quiet, yes.
I'm trying to go as quietly as I can.
This is very subtle.
This car has no stealth mode. Man, it feels good. Well, there you have it, one RX-8, a lot of work done, and honestly, it still probably needs more. First, even after driving it for like 30 minutes, the temp gauge is still not in the middle, it just stays over there like sort of on cold. Maybe a stuck open thermostat, maybe just a bad gauge, who knows? But we drove it all around town, and we got to go have some fun with it again. And what was the alternator maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe the alternator, who knows why. But when you're making full pulls, all the lights come out on the dash at once. That's pretty funny. Still fun to drive, like I said. I mean, it's a good car. You can definitely tell it's a stretched out Miata. That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop.watchjairgo.com for cool shirts, not like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. And I will talk to you next time. That is all of the RX-8 for now, even though I'm going to go grab some lug nuts and put the missing ones on it. That's going to be a big improvement, I think. But yeah, we have other projects to work on, so time to take a break from the RX-8. It was 2 days of grueling work, but back together, and I'm sure there's no more VDI check engine light, even though the light's still lit up for other issues like the cat. I don't get how it has a cat check engine light when it has high flow cats in it.
They flow too high.
They flow far too many. Too many flows.
Yeah.
Oh man.